Hi everybody, this is Frank Cohen. I'm the CEO and founder at Push2Test, and I'm glad that you took a few minutes out of your day to learn about the enhanced Flex record and playback capability that we now have in TestMaker Enterprise 6.1. Push2Test is the company that's credited with bringing open source testing to some very large organizations, including Best Buy and Deloitte, Bell Alliant, and about 30 other companies. Our mission is simple. We're all about test. We believe that testing will deliver a more reliable world. Many organizations will use Push2Test global services to move their teams from manual to automated testing, and along the way they'll introduce agile testing. And Push2Test are the agile performance test experts. We also provide integration services, so if you're wondering how to run your Selenium or Sahi scripts from HP Quality Center, for example, then that's one of the services that we offer. At our heart, we're an open source testing company, and we believe in open source testing because we know these tools should be in everybody's hands. With TestMaker 6, we introduced Flex Recording, and I'm very happy to introduce Venki, who's the senior software engineer at Taito. He's the genius behind the Flex Record and Playback capability in the TestMaker Object Designer. Welcome, Venki.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Venki from Taito Software.
With TestMaker 6.0, we introduced Flex Record and Playback capability in the TestMaker Object Designer. Information on the designer is available at www.push2test.com/designer. TestMaker 6 uses the Adobe Flex Automation API that Adobe itself introduced, and that comes with a proxy called AutoQuick. So you basically drop in the AutoQuick proxy file into your Flex 3.x project, and that's all you needed to enable the record and playback capability in the TestMaker Object Designer. There were a number of drawbacks to this approach. For example, you could only do record and playback from SWF components, so you couldn't record from a component that was already embedded into a web page. And also, this only worked for Flex 3.x Flex applications. We took feedback from our customers and developed a new Flex record and playback technology that's now in TestMaker Enterprise 6.1. The new technology requires an SWC file to be compiled into your Flex application to instrument it for record and playback capability. But that instrumentation doesn't put a whole bunch of testing code into your Flex application, so you can include this instrumentation in the production version of your Flex components. That is, you don't have to have separate builds of your Flex components for testing and then for production. This approach works great for Flex 3.x and 4.x applications. And it even works in these crazy hybrid Ajax Flex applications, and we're going to show you an example of that next.
So I'm going to show a simple demo with a sample Flex application which is already compiled with Sahi Flex libraries. So,
I can see that the designer is already recording the steps for each of the clicks and typing that you're doing within the Flex application. Is that click me button part of the Flex component, or is that in the HTML of the page?
no, it's a HTML page button.
So you're showing me recording within the Flex component and then outside of it in the HTML page. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, and now that we recorded a simple script, so I'm just going to play it back right now. Actually, you can record in any browser, and you can play it back in any of the browser, whichever uses support Flex.
So it works in like IE and Safari, Chrome, all of the WebKit browsers, and also Opera. And
yeah,
that's great. So I could even do browser compatibility testing using the same test script. That's great.
Yeah. So I have a sample CSV file, so that I am going to hook this sample CSV file into this test script. So instead of the test one, I'm going to put the record H1, H2, and H3.
So there's my browser with the component, and the data that's being typed into that Flex component is coming from that CSV file. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you can see 7, 8, 9, which has been picked from the third row of the CSV file.
Excellent. So I don't have to write any code to data enable my Flex testing scripts. That's wonderful.
So I'm going to demonstrate with the application called Flex Store, which is already compiled with Flex libraries, a few of the great panels. So yeah, so I'm going to start recording the user interactions and the application.
So this is typical of a Flex application where the majority of the web page we're looking at is a Flex component. And you're just recording as though it's just an HTML page. That's great.
So I'm going to move to Products tab. I'm going to search for a product. I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to play it back.
Using the TestMaker Object Designer, I could even set breakpoints if I wanted to debug my scripts as they're performing a playback.
Yeah. I'm going to do that next.
You know what I always found cool about the Sahi technology is that you can use the Flex application as the playback is happening.
Yeah.
Excellent, it worked.
Yeah, our test ran successfully. We could able to run all the 26 steps that we had recorded. Mm-hmm. So for debugging purpose, yeah. Now we stepped into the third step. Like it entered 7 for $H1 from the CSV file, the third row, and we're going to enter the text in the second text box. We can execute the script step by step. Mm-hmm. And when we think like we need to run the whole script, like I can press the play button so that it runs continuously without checkpoints.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Venki, for showing us this great new technology in TestMaker Enterprise 6.1. We'd be glad for you to start an evaluation, and TestMaker Enterprise is available for a 30-day trial. Just go to pushtotest.com/products-comparison and you can download TestMaker Enterprise 6.1 today. We also have several screencasts and tutorials on TestMaker and Flex record and playback technology available at pushtotest.com/screencastcentral. We'd also invite you to attend the Open Source Test Workshop, which we host about every 5 or 6 weeks. This is a meetup of developers and testers and IT managers to share ideas and best practices on how to bring open source testing into your organization. Lastly, if you'd like to find out more about licenses, training, support, and consulting services from Push to Test, please give us a phone call at 408-871-0122 here in the United States, or you can send us an email to sales@pushtotest.com. On behalf of Venki and myself, I'm very happy that you were able to take a few minutes out of your day to learn more about the exciting Flex record and playback technology in TestMaker Enterprise 6.1. Thank you very much.